Hey there, it's Haydn Halsted, your Spokane real estate resource. Whether you're new to my channel or you've been here before, welcome back. Today, I'm diving into the 5 biggest mistakes people make when moving to Spokane, and most importantly, how to avoid them. If you're planning a move here, this video is going to save you some time, some money, and a whole lot of headache, so stick around. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more Spokane real estate tips, and if you're moving soon, I'd love to help make your transition easier. Schedule a meeting with me using the link below so I can help you plan your move the right way. First up, one of the biggest mistakes people make is not researching the right neighborhoods. Spokane has a variety of neighborhoods, each offering something a little bit different in terms of the lifestyle. So for example, the South Hill is one of the most established areas in Spokane, offering beautiful tree-lined streets, charming 100-year-old craftsman homes, while Indian Trail and 5 Mile offer newer homes with generally a little bit larger lot size, 2 to 3 car garages, things like that. Or you have many options to live in even more small town feel like Deer Park. And then there's the Spokane Valley, which offers more of a suburban feel with easy access to shopping, dining, and some potential outdoor recreation like the Dishman Hills. It's a great option if you're looking for a home that is newer than the 1980s, or even want some options for brand new construction between $600,000 and $800,000. Each neighborhood really caters to a different kind of lifestyle, so you want to figure out what works best for you and your family. Take some time to explore and see what feels right, or you could just talk to a local real estate expert that could guide you through this process. Hint, hint. But many of my clients find that having a 3-day travel day, like 3-day vacation here to really drive around the area gives them a great sense of confidence when potentially buying their home remotely. The second mistake I see is underestimating the cost of living here in Spokane. So while Spokane is generally more affordable than bigger cities like Seattle or Portland, it's important to be realistic about what you'll spend on things like housing, utilities, and property taxes. Housing prices have risen in recent years, especially in some of the more desirable areas. Our average price is $450,000. I've been talking to more and more people from like Florida and Texas that are actually finding it to be surprising how much it costs to purchase a home here in the Spokane area. And to give you a quick comparison, the cost of housing in Spokane is much lower than Seattle, but it's still higher than some cities in Eastern Washington like Tri-Cities or Walla Walla. And in regards to utilities and property taxes, I find that we are cheaper in regards to both of those compared to a lot of places. Utilities tend to be, especially from people I've talked to from California and Texas, we tend to be a lot cheaper. Energy is pretty dang cheap in the Spokane area. I spend probably $250 a month total on like water, sewer, garbage, gas, and electric, somewhere in there. And the property taxes are generally about 90% of the market value for your property, give or take, or the math actually equates. So like if you had a $400,000 house, I would say your property taxes are probably about $3,800 a year. But there are some great cost of living calculators out there, cost of living comparison calculators. So you can plug in your city and then Spokane, and they will actually compare the average prices between your city and Spokane. Mistake number 3 is not factoring in the weather. Spokane experiences all 4 seasons, and it can be pretty intense. Summers here can be hot and dry, and wildfire smoke can roll in during the late summer months. So it's important to understand how this can affect your daily life if you need to buy a home with air conditioning or planning for outdoor activities. I know some of my clients have built brand new homes that have these incredible central air circulation systems that keep the smoke completely out of their homes. It's very impressive. Greenstone Construction does a very good job of this in terms of, I think it's just a standard for their house, this in-home circulation system. So it does an amazing job for the wildfire smoke around here. Winters are another story. We get a fair amount of snow, and that can affect everything from daily commute to your weekend plans. There's plenty of times where you think you're going downtown or you think you're coming home, and the snow causes you to get stuck somewhere. It's happened to me multiple times. So make sure you're ready for some snow days. Maybe even invest in a good snowblower or shovel if you're buying a home here. But I have had clients move away from Spokane for both reasons, basically saying that I've had multiple clients leave Spokane this year because they were tired of the snow. They moved down to Austin, Texas, or Arizona, things like that. And I've had more elderly clients as well decide to leave the Spokane area because it's just too cold for them. And that happens a lot. But that's why people become snowbirds a lot of the time as well. They'll buy a second home down in Arizona or something like that to escape the winters because it actually makes their joints ache and things like that. All right, number 4 is a big one, rushing your home search. Look, I know it's tempting to find a home quickly, especially if you're on a tight schedule, but Spokane's real estate market has a lot of variety and you don't want to jump into something without doing your research. So taking the time to find the right home can save you from making a costly mistake down the road. I was recently just talking to some clients that had purchased a home back in February, and they called me up and were like, hey, we want to go look at a few houses. And I was like, really? Why? And they were like, we just don't know if we're happy with our floor plan having so many stairs in our house. And they wanted a one level home. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we can do that. I mean, the real estate market is very much slower right now. And so it's like they were going to lose a lot of money on their home sale if we ended up selling their property just to make a lateral move. And so we did end up going and seeing a few houses, and they decided ultimately that it made sense to stay where they're at. They really love their house. They love their neighborhood, but they were just thinking about the stairs. And so making sure that you're planning ahead for what are your needs in your home so that you don't accidentally make a mistake and regret the home you purchased down the road. So make sure you work with a local real estate expert who knows the ins and outs of the Spokane housing market. Like me, we can help you find the right home that fits your needs and your budget, but you also have to have a realistic idea of what it is you're looking for so we can help match you with the perfect home. All right, last but not least, mistake number 5 is forgetting to plan for commute time. So Spokane is growing, and with that comes traffic, especially during rush hours. While it's nowhere near the level of traffic in bigger cities like Seattle, it's still something you'll want to consider. Depending on where you work or where your kids go to school, the neighborhood you choose could make a big difference in your daily commute. For example, if you're working downtown but you live out in the valley, you might find yourself spending more time in traffic than you like. I have some clients that live in Liberty Lake but work at the Air Force Base in Airway Heights, and if you're getting caught during rush hour traffic, that could be a 50-minute drive on the worst days. And then I also have clients that decide that they want to send their kids to private school, and maybe St. George's or something like that, but they ultimately picked a home that causes them to be a 30-minute drive to school, and then they got to go to work from there, and so then it just adds to the commute time overall. So I complain about traffic a lot in Spokane because it has gotten worse, but I have definitely been laughed at by clients because how not bad it is overall. So it's really just pick your poison. I really don't like driving more than like 10 minutes to a place that I have to get to. So I like being in a neighborhood that kind of has everything that I need, and I don't have to go too far out to get anything specific. All right, so there you have it, the 5 biggest mistakes people make when moving to Spokane and how you can avoid them by taking your time researching the right neighborhoods, planning for the cost of living and the weather, and being mindful of commute times. Your move to Spokane could be a lot smoother. And if you're ready to make the move or need help navigating the Spokane real estate market, I am here to help. Let's chat. You can schedule a meeting with me using the link below. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more Spokane real estate tips and advice. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.